How's it going, everybody? I'm sure everyone was eagerly waiting for this video. Lots of Raider players nowadays, so let's try and teach them something. This time around there was no shortage of help. Two people who are nicely demonstrating Stampede Charge or Lord Dem and Flux. Both of them stream as well as upload videos here on YouTube. So if you want to see the OG Raider mains, then check the links in the video description. Regarding the punishes, we once again start with the simple stuff. Guardbreak has multiple options, either a light for 15, a stunning tap for 18, or the most common one, a zone attack for 28, now safe on hit as well. Heavy parry only gives a light. Light parry gives a side heavy for 40 damage. Now for the wall splat, let's first do the 360 throw. That's the one that gives you the big hits. Doing the correct attack here basically comes down to experience. You will eventually learn how far you are from the wall and then choose accordingly. Most of the time you will have the time to switch your guard and land a top heavy for 45. For shorter throws, just stay in whatever guard you're in and get that. There's also the chance that you're too far away for normal attacks, so you will whiff. That is the distance you want for the highest damage in attack. You can backwards light and then combo zone the person. In general, try and avoid the left and right throws, especially when you're already close to a wall. Now for his wall splat with the knee, what is confirmed afterwards is the light and a stunning tap. A lot of people will tell you that the zone is confirmed as well. That is not the case. It has a tiny parry window which not a lot of people will get. It will also put the person trying to parry out of stamina if he fails. The correct timing is way later than you think. Try and parry really late. It's really just a matter of practice. But a wall is not always nearby, so it can happen that you drop your opponent on the ground. You can get light, stunning tap and zone from that. As you just saw, the stunning tap is unsafe, so follow up with something or you lead a Guardbreak. As a raider, you not only run your opponents out of stamina, you'll find yourself in that state just as often. So if you stampede someone into a wall, make sure you throw your light from the direction where your opponent's guard isn't. Then it's still guaranteed. For the normal wall splats, you once again can run into the issue that your attack will not even connect. But this also means that with the correct distance, you still get a top heavy for 45. The other punishes while out of stamina are pretty standard. You get a light of a Guardbreak, as well as a light parry. Now for the big punishes. The out of stamina parry has two options. Light into combo zone deals 65 damage but is unsafe. The opponent gets a free Guardbreak. So if your opponent knows this, that leaves you with a light into top heavy for 55 damage. For his throw, you once again need to spin, back throw the opponent, then do a stunning tap, and then a combo zone for the highest damage in one without a wall. That's 68 damage, but once again, it's unsafe. Throw into stunning tap into combo heavy is safe, that's 66 damage, so just 2 less. But keep in mind that after a stunning tap, you always throw the combo finisher, which means your chain ends, so no more follow-up attacks to keep up the pressure. For that, you have another option. Once again, you throw backwards, then do a delayed light, then you wait until you're back in neutral and throw a top heavy. That's a total of 60 damage with the option to throw the unblockable. or any other attack for that matter. And the last option is Delayed Light into Combo Zone for 65, which this time is actually a safe punish. And all that changes when you're close to a wall, because the wall shortens the distance, which means you can't get your initial heavy in. Depending on which side you threw your first heavy, the timings change. If your heavy came from the right, there's a long delay until the unblockable finally comes out. This staggers the opponent and will also grant you an execution if it's the finishing blow. On the left side, the unblockable comes out much faster. Total damage here is 90. You can no longer do top heavy into unblockable. The top heavy hits too late and your opponent will stand up to avoid the unblockable. Your other option is to do heavy into top heavy into zone mix-up. This puts additional pressure on him, especially if he's still out of stamina. Panic dodges might even get caught. Revenge is light into combo zone for 85 damage. The punish is unsafe and you have no option to continue your chain. So once again you have the option to do light, wait for neutral and then throw a top heavy. This one's unsafe as well, but you can continue your chain. The damage is slightly lower and comes in at 79. For his out of luck punishes, well, they're kinda lackluster. Heavy confirms a light, and that's it. You can't even get a stunning tap in after the heavy. Might not be that easy to block, but it's not guaranteed. Stunning tap also doesn't guarantee anything. Those are the punishes out of the way. I want to address a couple more things. First of all, when do you throw your attacks when ganking with the raider now? The stampede charge can now be interrupted, so please pay attention. For wallsplats, you do wait until the raider hits with the knee, then you time your attack so you hit slightly before the follow-up light, and try and not stagger your teammate out of that. As you can see, 25% damage reduction is applied here. Not much, but you want to time it so the light gets reduced and not the heavy. Don't try the zone after the knee because chances are you're gonna stagger your teammate out of his attack. That is, unless you're properly coordinated. Then the heavy will prevent the parry of the zone. Without a wall, there will be no damage reduction at all. Time your attacks accordingly. Watch how Flux sprints next to them to keep up and position himself correctly. That's how you should do it and not just randomly add a sprint attack or a dash attack or whatever. Now a few more things I want to address here. The first, I've actually made a full video about this before, but it's been so long that I might as well repeat myself. Raider now has hyper armor in his second and third heavy, which means that if you deflect an attack, chances are you will trade with a combo heavy. I can already hear people complaining how this is totally OP, but in the end it's your own fault for deflecting such an attack. Kensei, for example, can do the exact same thing to you. As you can see, there are additional mind games. Shaman can dodge the follow-up heavy, but the Raider can feint into Guardbreak and grab her. Gladiator just shouldn't attempt deflects at all because the hyper armor will prevent a pin. Only Berserker and Shinobi completely ignore everything with the deflects. They will either grab you out of the attack or just teleport out of the way. The other thing, and the big elephant in the room, is stunning tap. People keep screaming it's unreactable, so what a lot of them do is dodge out of the way. If you properly dodge on the correct timing, you can avoid both the heavy and stunning tap. So far so good. I'll go over a couple characters just to show you that each requires a slightly different approach to the follow-up attack from Raider. The hyper armor allows him to trade with most dodge attacks, but side dodge bashes completely shut him down on the other hand. Characters like Shaman that have really short recovery on the dodge attack can actually block the heavy. Same goes for Berserker. Whereas Orochi will always eat the heavy after a dodge attack, doesn't matter whether you delay it or not. Then you also have instances where both characters have hyper armor. Kensei can out-trade Raider depending on the attack direction. What I'm trying to say here, and I'm repeating myself actually, it's different for every character. Stun and tap is not something that only has one possible option to deal with it. Follow-up attacks play a huge part in it, and because of that, mind games also come into play. Will the Raider throw a heavy, a light, or will he soft feint? His soft feints and lights do not have hyper armor, so your normal dodge attack might beat him. And then you have situations like Jung Jun, who has additional recovery cancels with his Sifu. So now if the Raider catches on to the early dodges, he can adapt and throw slower attacks to punish those. Other characters with increased iframes that can avoid multiple attacks and then punish the recovery. Like I said, look at your character and his numbers to see what he or she can do against it. This is just one tiny portion of what to do against Raider. Others will simply parry the stunning tap because they have the reactions for that, so all the follow-up stuff is relevant to them. Well, in theory at least. And one more thing for the end, a little bit about dodge Guardbreak. I will talk more about that move in a future video, but maybe this advice can help you for now. If you see someone being a little eager with the move and you think you can bait it, then simply heavy feint heavy. This will expose people that use it when they shouldn't. It is a broken tool, but tons of people use it wrong, so please punish them for that. And that's it. I talked about a lot of things, so don't forget to check out Flux and Dem. I'm sure they'll gladly answer your questions should you have additional ones. Or you can also join my Discord. All the links are down in the video description. I hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.